Okay, now I want you to put a star here. Alright, your average variable cost, or sometimes we may call it average cost in the long run. Okay, this diagram is the most important diagram. Okay, so it simply tells you that it is your total variable cost over quantity. Okay, and remember, in the long run, there is no fixed cost. Alright, all your costs are total variable costs. Alright, so in your long run, your AVC is equals to your AC because there's no fixed cost in the long run. All your fixed cost is variable cost. Alright, so these two are used interchangeably in the long run. Okay, but we more specifically relate this in the long run as compared to this. When we use this exclusively for a short run only. Clear? And same thing, alright? This is a umbrella shape or U shape. Please forgive me, alright? It looks kind of pointy like a bow, okay? It looks like this, but actually it is not. Okay, it looks like a cup, a teacup, but it's not because of PowerPoint issues. Okay, it's very difficult for me to draw a bow shape. All right, so it is just a U-shaped curve. All right, a U-shaped curve. So if you have recalled earlier on in the total production curve, okay, you realize that for every worker you hire, okay, let's set this point as the minimum point. All right, you realize that your average variable cost will be going down first instead of going up first, instead of going up later on. All right, so same thing, the exact analogy is the same. All right, you will experience division of labor, okay, and specialization, okay, up to the minimum point. Okay, please forgive my handwriting, okay, and my spelling. And you will experience law of diminishing marginal return beyond the minimum point. Your average cost curve will increase. Now your average cost curve here is going to fall. Why is this so? All right, because you realize for every worker that you hire, you are going to incur a certain amount of variable cost initially. Okay, let's explain the downward sloping first. But you realize that your output, because of division of labor and specialization, is going to increase more than the amount that you hire for the additional worker for. Okay, so your total variable cost is going to increase at a slower rate than your total output. All right, because of division of labor and specialization, and this will cause your ABC to go down. Okay, and this explains the first half. And when we talk about the second half, okay, it simply means that your increase in your output is slower than the increase in your total variable cost. Okay, because of law of diminishing return. Okay, when you hire more workers, okay, what happens is they produce lesser. Okay, because of law of diminishing return, because they get into each other's way into production. So your increment in your output is slower than your numerator, and this is why your ABC or your AC will increase. Okay, so hopefully I have actually shared with you some understanding why is your AC or your ABC a U-shaped curve. All right. In the long run, okay, we do not have law of diminishing return. Okay, this is the difference. In the long run, we do not have law of diminishing return. So in the long run, okay, there is a separate explanation in the next lecture, all right, which is called your internal economies of scale. All right, I will explain to you what is economies of scale in the next lecture. All right, but now, okay, let's consider in the short run, okay, you will experience an upward sloping average variable cost curve because of diminishing return, and when it slopes downwards, it is your division of labor and specialization. All right. Now, please put a star in this diagram. Okay, this is your most interesting or most important curve that you need to know. Your marginal cost. Okay, your marginal cost, it is the additional cost incurred for producing an additional output. Alright, so it simply tells you for the last unit of output that you produce, okay, what is the additional cost incurred? Okay, this is your marginal cost. Okay, and for those for you guys, you're actually quite kind of lucky, alright, in the sense that in your A-level syllabus, you do not need to calculate what is MC, alright, and there's no calculation involved, alright, and all I need you to know, okay, is your MC is a Nike tick. Okay, let me repeat again. Your MC, it is a Nike tick. Alright, the way why is it a Nike tick is the same reason. Your division of labor, and this is your division of labor, and this is your law of diminishing return. Alright, Nike tick. Now, the second feature that you need to know is your marginal cost curve will intersect your AC or AVC at the minimum point. Down here, minimum point. Okay, it will always intersect the AC or AVC in the minimum point. Down here you see ATC. Alright, ATC means average total cost. It's the same as average cost. Alright, so no matter in the short run AVC or in the long run AC, it will always intersect at the minimum point. So this diagram, it is oddly familiar with the diagram here. Alright, your marginal product and your average product curve. Alright, so if you can still recall, this is your AC, okay, and this is your MC. Alright, intersects at the minimum point. U shape. This is a reverse Nike tick and an umbrella shape for your average product. Alright. So don't be too worried about the explanation. In the exam, they won't ask you to explain why is it U-shaped. Don't worry. They also won't ask you why is your marginal cost a Nike tick. All you need to know that it can be derived, okay, in the sense that when you plot it, it looks like a Nike tick, and it can be mathematically derived that your marginal cost will always intersect your ATC at the minimum point. So before we go to the next slide, okay, let me recap. Feature number 1, Nike tick. Feature number 2, intersect AC or AVC at minimum point. Alright.